Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Anastasia, and today we're talking about the foggy mind. I've decided to touch this topic and cover it today, probably because I feel like messy, chaotic mind that interferes with your everyday life and general well-being. It's probably the main culprit of like the 21st century. It's something so common that somehow it's getting normalized, and I think that we should really kind of get to that. I know how hard it is to focus and to get stuff done, especially if you're like in your early 20s and you have so many goals, so many dreams that you're trying to fulfill. If you have your thoughts running wild and your mind feels like a raging storm, it's incredibly hard to put your attention, undivided attention, into something that actually matters right now, because you just get distracted and sidetracked every other second. And I used to have that problem, and today I'm going to share the tips that help me specifically, and I believe that most of them will be also very applicable to your situation. So the first thing that I want you to understand, that let's compare our mind to computer. Even the best computer, the newest, I don't know, the fastest machine ever, would glitch if it had so many open folders. So what you're gonna do is close these folders. And what do I mean by that? You should finish the tasks you start. Our mind really needs that closure. That's a very biological and basically primal mechanism that all of us have. So when you start a book and you do not finish it, your mind is still there, and all your energy, I mean maybe not all, but like the huge part of that still goes there. That's why so many of you still don't have the energy to fulfill your everyday task, because you have so many unclosed folders that you should just get to them, or just say that, okay, I'm done, I'm not doing that, and close the chapter for your mind. I also like to quote Brian Tracy here, a bit different perspective, but he said that even if you had done like 95% of a task, but you haven't finished those 5%, your progress is still zero. So that's another reason to finish and close all the folders that you had opened in your mind before. Just basically A, to actually achieve something, and B, to free your mind. Second thing, start noticing where your mind goes throughout the day. Because 95% of our thoughts are either about the past or about the future. But what you have to understand, where your mind is, there is your energy. And when you put all your energy into the past or into the future, there's no progress, because past cannot be changed and future still hasn't happened. So what you gotta do is bring your mind to the present moment and focus on what you have to do right now. Yeah, keep in mind that future goal, but still focus on what do you have to do right now to achieve that. You gotta realize that you wake up with some amount of energy, and you're supposed to distribute that energy throughout the day to achieve your goals, fulfill your dreams. Just try to grasp this concept. 95% of your thoughts are about the past or the future. One more time, your energy goes where your mind goes. So 95 of your energy just goes in vain. Pay attention to what's happening right now, even right now. Are you paying attention to what I'm saying, or you're thinking what you're gonna get for dinner, or what has happened yesterday or 2 weeks ago, or how great was that last summer vacation? Pay attention where your mind goes. That's the key. Third, pay attention and take care of your body. Many of you are in constant problematic type of thought loops just because you do not do any sport or any activity. All you do is just sitting on your phones for 24 hours every day, and of course you're gonna get like the pure chaos in there. Just get this. If you want to have a strong mind to deal with that raging storm of thoughts and clear the fog, you gotta have the strong body. You cannot do that with eliminating one aspect. If you want to clear your mind, what you gotta do is to focus on your body. Go to the gym, run, swim. Swimming is such a great thing. I go to the swimming pool almost every day, and that has literally changed my life. Another very overlooked advice that I started using thanks to Brian Tracy: write everything down. Write down what you're thinking about, write down your ideas, write down your goals, because all the thoughts that you're carrying in your head, they actually weigh something. So just imagine having all this weight in your head. Sometimes this weight is even not needed, it's like useless. And when you write that down on paper, basically you put that weight off your mind. And of course you're gonna feel better, you're gonna feel easier. And you'll be able to do more things because your mind will be free. Let's remember what Sherlock in BBC has said once.
This is my hard drive, and it only makes sense to put things in there that are useful. Really useful.
The same with you. I know that there are many things that you want to remember because they're great, but sometimes when you have overload of information, you cannot do that and you will forget about some important things. So write them down. And number 5, very, very popular and common advice, but yet pay attention to this because we really tend to depreciate advices and yet we never use them. So pay attention and literally cut down on social media. You have such a huge overload of information that you don't even need, that you cannot have any place and you cannot make any space for information that will actually get you somewhere. So please be careful with what you consume. Be careful with what you watch because all this affects your mind. That's it for today. If you have any other advices, you can write them down in the comments. I was really glad to share my thoughts with you today, and till the next time.